Welcome again, dear friends, now to the Saturday edition of Fresh Bread. It's Reverend Phil Anderson here with you, pastor of Oakland United Methodist Church and Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church here in Topeka, Kansas. Here it is now, Saturday, January 21st, 2023, month of January. It just seems to be going by awfully fast, and hope you're having a good week. Want to, again, share with you just a few things going on in churches this week. We'll get into James, God willing, next week. That's the plan, anyway. There's just so much that I'd like to share with you, and this is really one of my only opportunities to do that. So, again, let people know about Fresh Bread, and especially if they're church members. Tell them to turn it on to kaumc.church, and they can listen in. These are recorded. These are saved by our good friend Tom Lynn, who uploads them onto that website. KAUMC stands for Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church, KAUMC.church. And do make a point, if you would, of listening in every day. Let your fellow church members know that it's going on. You might just call them up and have a visit with them sometime. Say, hey, by the way, you're listening to Fresh Bread, these 5-minute podcasts, if you will, each Monday through Saturday. And we really want to encourage people to listen, because I think it's a way to connect with them that that's just going to be really hard for me to do otherwise. Imagine if I made a phone call and talked to all 50, 60 people that come into Kansas Avenue on Sunday, and the 15 or so over here at Oakland. That would be, 75 different phone calls, and at 10 minutes each. That's a lot of time right there. So this is an easy way to reach out to people. And again, I'd love to hear your comments. You're always welcome to let me know what your thoughts are. So anyway, let's kind of wrap things up. I've got a vision, again, for getting outside the church walls this year in 2023, to get out and minister to our neighbors in ways that we haven't done before. And I believe we just have to be creative in doing that. We can invite them over for special events. We can try to get to know them. I think we have to be very intentional, very focused, very strategic in how we meet our neighbors, and really want them to know that we care about them, that we want to have a relationship with them. You see, that's really the key, is just letting them know that we really value them. And we don't want them to feel like we're looking down and saying, well, what can we do to help you? Maybe they can help us. So we just want to get to know them and make friends with them. And then let's see where God leads in that regard. Maybe He'll bring them over to our church on a Sunday or a different day of the week, and we can start having these relationships with our friends. So that's one of the really important things about this neighboring movement that we're taking part in. And it's about just connecting with our neighbors without any preconceived ideas, without any agenda about what we're trying to do. Now, obviously, we'd love to have them come to the church, but we just want to have friendships with them first and foremost. So hopefully that's what we'll be doing. Well, the other option I was thinking for this year as we look forward was maybe doing an outdoor barbecue at each church with a parking lot service, and that they would be going on at the same time. We would invite our neighbors to maybe come by. Maybe the service would start at, let's just say, 6 o'clock. As it's beginning to get a little cooler, sun's starting to go down just a little bit, and then somebody's back there on the grill, and we have our service while the grill is being prepped and everything, and all of a sudden now it's time to start serving dinner, and we have people now who have actually been a part of our service, and then we can break bread together with them and really get to know them. So that's another idea. Both churches have really good locations. The Kansas Avenue United Methodist Church has the location right there at Gordon and North Kansas Avenue. Oakland has a really good location for parking lot get-together at Northeast Sardu and Green. So one last thing. If you know people that haven't been to church for a while, and you're listening to this today, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to get on the phone and call them and say, hey, we'd like to encourage you to come to church tomorrow. We haven't seen you for a while. We miss you. Don't ask them where they've been. You can ask them how they're doing. We don't want anybody to feel guilty, but just let them know we missed them and we'd like to see them back. And I'd ask members from both churches to do that. And let's see what God has in store as He, I believe, wants to bring people back into the church for to return into the church fellowship, and maybe He wants to bring some new people in altogether. Well, friends, thank you again for listening to Fresh Bread. We'll hope to see you in church tomorrow. I've got a great service lined up, I believe, with the Holy Spirit's help. We're going to be talking about some really interesting practical things tomorrow, so I'll just leave it at that. We hope that you can make it. Until then, may God richly bless you is my prayer. Have a wonderful rest of the day here on Saturday.